everybody, it's Diego the Rainbow Star Person, and welcome to this YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Now on to today's video. So I'm just here to check in with all of you. I'm actually in Puerto Rico right now, as I've already been in Minnesota for a week, so now I'm going to be in Puerto Rico for around 2 weeks, and then I'm going back to Minnesota. This is all just to visit my family and to get in touch with my family again. I have some family in Puerto Rico and Minnesota, which is why I'm visiting both of those places. But right now I'm currently in Puerto Rico, and I'm going to be here for about 2 weeks. Anyways, I just wanted to let y'all know why I have done certain things to listen to myself and my own heart and my own soul more. So I actually am taking a vacation, not only from being in Rochester, but also being on dating apps and dating sites. I actually deleted all of the dating apps from my phone. Most of them, I'm going to end up reinstalling them later, except for like maybe a couple of them. But the rest of them I'm going to reinstall probably later. But the reason I deleted those dating apps is because not only do they require me to identify my sexuality, but they also often make it hard for me to really focus on myself and who I am. I think part of this whole thing of being a Rainbow Star Person is that I've been trying to make myself fit into the image of what a Rainbow Star Person is. And I've come to realize that I don't need to necessarily fit the general stereotype of what a Rainbow Star Person is, and I can just be myself. And that's something that I'm focusing on right now, is loving myself and embracing who I am instead of trying to make myself fit into a box. See, because as humans, we're meant to create who we are for ourselves, right? We don't have to all fit into the same exact box. A Rainbow Star Person can look literally like anything and be literally anything. Just because you identify as a Rainbow Star Person doesn't mean you have to identify with the same exact characteristics perfectly. Let me give you an example. So when I was little, I had moments where I was energetic, but I also had moments where I was very calm, cool, and collected. I wasn't like my dad. When my dad was little, he was very energetic and super hyper all the time. With me though, as a child, I would sleep a lot, and I was a lot more calm than my dad was. And I still to this day am more on the calm side. And the reason is because I'm actually more of an introvert. I've come to realize this recently, that I'm actually more of an introvert. In terms of Myers-Briggs type indicator, I consider myself to be an INFJ. I even did this little mini psychic reading where I pick a crystal, and I was like, okay, this crystal represents INFJ, and I picked the crystal that represents INFJ, and to me, that's my intuition telling me that I'm an INFJ. People who are INFJs have dominant introverted intuition, which basically means that I follow my intuition. I follow what my intuition says. I know that I have several friends who are INFJs. Actually, my best friend is an INFJ. I actually follow the Waymaker, i.e. Michael Anacino, and he is an INFJ. My best friend June Newman is an INFJ. My friend Michael Anacino, who has this YouTube channel called The Waymaker, he does like tarot card readings and stuff, and I absolutely enjoy them. He's an Indigo Star Person who is an INFJ, but I'm a Rainbow Star Person who's an INFJ. And the interesting thing about INFJs is that we all experience the world differently from each other. And what one INFJ looks like is going to be completely different from what another INFJ looks like. I'm the type of INFJ who's very intuitive in feeling, but in terms of introversion and extroversion, I'm right in the middle. You can even consider me an ambivert because I'm more social than people would expect. I could be considered like an extroverted introvert, an ambivert, or a social introvert. So I resonate with all of those things. In terms of being an INFJ, in terms of introversion, I'm only very slightly introverted. I'm like right in the middle, like in the exact middle of the spectrum. In terms of being judging versus perceiving, judging means that you're more organized, perceiving means that you're more spontaneous and flexible. I am just very slightly more organized than flexible, like literally by a tiny margin as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm an INFJ, introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. Again, judging doesn't really mean judging, it just means that I'm organized and that I like to plan things out ahead of time. Even like with Pokemon, it's so funny because with Pokemon teams, I'll like plan out an entire Pokemon team before I even have the team in place. Or I'll like like I'll have like every single Pokemon and all of their abilities and like their nature and like the EVs and IVs that I want that Pokemon to have, and I'll plan all of it out and map all of it out before I even have obtained the Pokemon or before I even have the Pokemon in the first place. It's so funny. So like, yeah, sometimes I plan things way ahead of time, and other times I just kind of go with the flow. Like now that I'm on vacation, I kind of just go with the flow more. I mean, I do have like this whiteboard and this planner in terms of like what I want to do each day, but it's like a little bit more open-ended because I am vacationing. So but what did I want to talk about mainly? Well, so I'm in this process of finding who I am, and that means that I'm listening to my own heart and listening to my own soul, listening to my own thoughts, listening to my own mind, and listening to my own body. And that's what I'm focusing on right now, is just listening to myself and who I am as a person. And the reason I'm doing this is because for a while I was constantly on dating apps searching for my triplet flames, right? Because that's who I'm searching for, right? But I've realized that instead of searching for my triplet flames, what I need to do is to look within myself towards my own soul. I need to look at who my own soul is and focus on my own soul. Because when I focus on my own soul, I'm also focusing on my triplet flame soul. Because we come from the same soul, right? So when I look within myself, into my own soul, I'm able to find my triplet flames there. But the whole reason why I'm actually looking towards myself is because I want to find my own voice. I want to find my own soul. I want to find who I am and what I think. I want to find what I identify with, because I think that's going to help me along this journey. Part of the reason why I recently deleted all of the dating apps from my phone is because I want to focus on finding who I am. Part of the reason why I have an issue with certain dating apps is because they expect me to identify with certain things, like they expect me to identify with certain sexuality labels, and I don't really feel like I'm ready to label myself. The reason I say that I don't think I'm ready to label myself is because I am still trying to figure out who I am and what my sexuality is, and I'm not really sure what it is right now, and that's okay. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not even having to like mention what it is, because I just feel like sometimes having to label my sexuality feels like I'm boxing myself in too soon, and when I feel like I box myself in too soon, I end up having doubts of what my sexuality actually is. I know that I'm definitely attracted to women. I've been attracted to women my whole life. Well, I mean, since I actually I know it sounds kind of weird because obviously I wasn't like attracted to women when I was a child, but I was around a lot of women when I was young, and to this day I still feel attracted to women. I've been attracted to women all throughout, like I was attracted to girls and like into girls in middle school and all throughout high school. I would like develop on a crush on a different girl every 2 seconds. So yeah, all throughout middle school and high school, I had crushes on only girls. And then I had crushes on a lot of girls while I was in college too. This was back when I was in Nazareth College studying music composition. I ended up actually having this crush on this girl who convinced me to become vegan, and lo and behold, now I'm raw vegan. And it was interesting, and I think I ended up becoming friends with this guy who's gay, and he has a boyfriend now, and they've been together for a while, but this guy like encouraged me to try exploring my options more. So I tried exploring my options more with genders outside of just girls and women, and I've explored that for a while, and now I'm just not even sure what my sexuality is anymore. I mean, I know that part of my sexuality is feeling attracted to women, but I'm not sure if that's it or if I'm attracted to more than just women. And that's something that I'm kind of coming to terms with and still figuring out, and I'm not really sure. I don't really have a label that really seems to resonate at the moment, but I'm sure in the future there will be a label that resonates with me. But yeah, that's just the way it is right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with where I'm at, and you know, I'm just enjoying it. I mean, I have experienced many different kinds of experiences when it comes to going out with people of more than just one gender, like multiple different genders. I've explored that. I've explored dating multiple genders, and now I'm at the point where I'm just like, you know what? I just want to take a break from all of it and like vacation from all of it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to like listen to myself and who I am and not care about what everybody else is thinking, not care what everybody else thinks I am. Just focus on like who I am and just be myself unapologetically and be okay with being myself. I think that's what I'm focusing on right now, is just listening to my intuition and listening to who I am rather than listening to what other people say about me. And I think that's gonna help me a lot. And that's why I decided to delete those dating apps, because I wanna focus on just being myself and taking a break from dating apps for a while and just listening to who I am as a person, finding myself. Right now I feel like I'm just finding myself again. And once I feel like I've fully found myself, once I feel completely confident with who I am, and once I feel ready to go back into the dating world, I will. But right now, I think I just need a rest, give myself a break, let myself just feel how I feel and be okay with it, you know, and like be okay with identifying with nothing, like being okay with just like not having an identity at the moment. Because right now, I feel like I'm still forming my identity. I'm still forming my identity in terms of sexuality. I'm still forming my identity in terms of, you know, who I am as a person. I'm still forming my identity on a soul level. I'm still listening to who I am as a soul and as a person. And I'm still forming also what my beliefs are, what I believe in and what I don't believe in. And, you know, and that's okay. I can still be forming my identity. Even though I'm 26 years old, I can still be in the process of forming my own identity and be okay with that. So yeah, that's why I'm basically taking a break from all of this stuff. It's kind of like I'm just being like, hey, external world, I'm just gonna like quiet the external world for a little bit, experience some inner silence. See, because silence is not only about silencing what you're saying, but also silencing the mind and silencing what you're thinking. It's about quieting the mind so that you aren't thinking anymore and so that you aren't speaking anymore. And I feel like right now what I need the most out of everything is to experience silence, where I just feel like I don't hear anything and I don't say anything and I don't think anything, where I'm just zen and silent and just enjoying and basking in that silence. And the more silence I experience, the more connected I'll feel to my own soul. I feel that truly and completely to be 100% true for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You know, it's something that's kind of funny that I think is cute is that I'm an INFJ, kind of like Diamond or Lucas is an INFJ. I don't know if you know about Diamond or Lucas, but he's like a Pokemon anime character that basically is considered an INFJ. And like, I remember seeing this picture of him like holding this apple and like being in this like Turtwig outfit or something. And I thought it was so cute because like the Pokemon starter that I chose was Turtwig when I had Pokemon Diamond back in the day when I was younger. Now I only have Pokemon Shining Pearl, but back then I had Pokemon Diamond, and this first starter that I ever chose was Turtwig, so I thought it was funny because I also eat apples too, just like Diamond does, and I thought that was so funny. Oh my gosh, but I'm a completely different person from Diamond, of course. I'm not the same person. I don't have to be attracted to the same thing, you know. I can just have my own things or people that I'm attracted to, and that's okay. I know for sure that upon meeting my triplet flames, I would definitely feel attracted to them, most likely. But you never know. You know, what's meant to be is meant to be, and that's something that I've been told multiple times. Just like accept where you're at and be okay with it. What's meant to be is meant to be, and what's not meant to be is not meant to be, and that's okay. And like if something isn't meant to be, oh well. You know, I think that we triplet flames will find a way to meet each other at some point in time, and that's okay. You know, we'll find each other, I'm sure, but for right now, I'm just enjoying basking in that silence, because oh boy, do I need it. Peace out, much love, and may you all be free.